Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome to Planet Coaster, and this is video 1, a beginner's guide and getting started. So by now you would have set up your avatar and gone through your settings in the game. However, if you haven't done that, then don't worry. Clicking on this clog here right in the top right hand side of the screen will take you into the settings section. Here you can adjust the volume, adjust the soundtrack volume, all the park music and what have you as well, depending on how much immersion that you really want in the game. You also have access to the sensitivity and behavior of the camera in game, and also the graphics as well, where you can turn around and then set different resolutions, refresh rates, your gamma settings, and how textured quality you want, and how much the effect settings range from like 0, which is low, to high, or in some cases even ultra. Looking at the interface, you can also got a bit of accessibility options here with different text size, text color, and you can also set all the different game solutions as well, as long as put additional controls in that may suit your needs. Okay, once you've had a quick look through all of that, we're going to go in and we're going to start placing some rides and getting you going in your Planet Coaster experience. For this, we're going to click on the play button and we're going to go straight into Sandbox. You can see my avatar is there on the right hand side that I created earlier on. And here we go. We're going to click on Sandbox. We're just going to pick any old one. I think we'll pick the Alpine. We'll call it Ricardo's theme park and start new. Here we go. Get this loading screen where it sets up the environment for us, and here is our initial flat empty space where we can start to do our theme park. One of the first things that you'll notice is that there's absolutely nothing around. You've got a good old open space here, lots of trees, depending on the environment that you've chosen. And you've got your entry, your turnstile. And you can already see there are people turning up to come to your theme park. But they're going to have a bit of a shock because there's absolutely nothing here. And we've got this entry system as well. There you go, look, all this different stuff. We've got here in sort of like flagstones here. These are your turnstiles and represent the entrance part of your theme park. So moving straight in, what we're going to do, we're going to start creating some paths. So we're going to select a grid. That means we're going to select a path as well. Good for us. And as you can see, we can start putting in a walkway. Now, this path system, I've got to say, takes a bit of getting used to. It's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Jinky, I think is the word I'm looking for. Jinky is the right word. I think jinky is a good word for this. So we've set a long old path here, right? That's going to be our entrance point. Selecting paths again, you can have different color paths depending on how you want to organize your park. You typically, what I have found with this is that you've got to keep your eye on the path. It's very easy to get swirly over on the sides, here, there, and everywhere. So I'm just going to set out some areas here just to get us going. Right, okay then. So we got our paths, right? You can see they're all nice, sort of like that lovely block paving aspect of things. Well, that's great. We've got our turnstiles. No one's turned up yet, and we've got our park. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop in a ride. Now, we're not going to go straight for a roller coaster. We're going to go for a standard ride. And you know what? A big wheel might be for us. But since I used to work on a carousel, I could put in a carousel, or I could put in a wave swinger, or all these different things as well. I suppose it kind of helps having a background of working on a fairground, but not necessarily. Though I do have an affinity for all of this. If you're finding that the bottom screen isn't big enough, you can press on your mouse button and move it up and down like that. That's absolutely fantastic. And then we can get back to placing our ride. So we're going to go for a massive Ferris wheel. Holding down the Z key will allow us to twist it around. If you're having problems with free twisting things, then what it might be is over on this side of the system. I've got advanced move, right? Tick that on. You can basically do whatever you want with it then. Or you can angle snap it in different degrees as well if you select that section here. So you can say, yeah, no problem, I'll just line it up. And then as I press Z, take that advanced move off. If I press Z, you can see I'm going in 30-degree angles. All depend how you want to do it. Or you can just say, get rid of the angle snap, and you can line it up as and when you want it. You find that you might have a few squiffy rides if you do it that way. Anyway, that's what we're going to go with. And we're going to pop our Ferris wheel there. But you've got to get your people in and out of this ride, haven't you? So you've got, first off, got to place an entrance. So typically you want an entrance on the side, I would say, because they come in this way along that path. What we'll do is we'll then click on Q, and then we'll put a Q line here. Like, how big's the Q going to be for a Ferris wheel? I don't know, right? So if you're getting a bit worried about how straight things are, if you don't worry, there's our Q. And if you look down here, you can see there's a little ride attendant down there. But then you've got to get people off the ride once it's finished. So selecting it, place an exit. So we'll place an exit, and typically you'd really want, and you'll see this in theme parks all over the place, the ability to get people back into the park and off the ride and onto the next one as quickly as possible. So we're going to go straight back onto the main drag. Right, so there you go. That's the placement. We've got people coming in, walking all the way along here where there's currently nothing, into this area, into the ride, and then back out again. No dramas. And we can select this ride. It's currently closed. That's all right. We can open it up and click on open, and now they've got somewhere to go. Next up, you got to think of shops and facilities. One of the first things people are going to want to have is a toilet. You're going to have to go and strain the main vein. If that is your need, you may think, you know, how do I do that? So selecting it all up and rotating this is going to be a good option for us. All right, so we can put this wherever you want. And you've got all different ones as well, you see. Now, one thing I didn't realize was that the entrance points to these bathrooms are a bit of a pain, to be perfectly honest with you. Shops and facilities, we're going to zoom around. We're going to put a toilet right there, or a restroom right there. As you can see, if we zoom in, there's the entrance way to the toilet right there. Right, so we're going to put that right there. Now, are we in good position? Are we going to skew our Zen up on what we're doing? Who knows? But we can hold Z, and we can twist that around. Pop the restroom in. No worries. No dramas. And in you go. Now, there's men and there's ladies. There's an in and there's out. So you're going to have to get some more paths as well. And then, you know, link these up. Right there. And if you get it wrong, you just keep a little bit of path out the way. No dramas. You can delete it. So we're going to move it around and take those around. You can also put a little bit of landscaping in as well, right? So if we look at scenery, you can put some trees around, bonk them here, there, and everywhere, and all this sort of like lends itself to the aesthetic. And, you know, sort of like, well, people need to use the toilet. Okay, no dramas. Here we go. Like some trees, a little bit of shady stuff. No one wants to see a toilet, do they really? No matter how fantastic it is. Make it look nice as you come in. One of the things as well, I have found out that you're going to need everywhere are bins. Right? People are messy. Put in bins every couple of yards is going to help you keep down on the litter. And if you don't like it, you can delete it like that. So we're going for bins. We're going for the adventure bins. And it just goes to show, putting those bins in like that, it can help keep the litter down. Now, people are going to be cheeky monkeys. They're not going to use the bins all the time because people are pigs, right? Okay, so that's what we've got so far. We've got our bin, we've got our Ferris wheel. One of the things to mention with the Ferris wheel as well, if you click on it and you go through all the finances, ticket price, you can set your ticket price, you can customize it with different colors. The operation, do you want it going on half a load or do you want it waiting for a full load? See how things go. See how popular that ride's going to be. It's the only ride we've got here, so people could be having a queue. So really what you want now is to have another ride popped in there to try and help people out and to try and move things around a bit. So we're going to go for another ride. We're going to put in a grand carousel and we're going to put it in about there. And then of course we're going to click on it. We're going to place our entrance and we're going to have an entrance right there. See, because we got things coming in and out the right place. They'll come up here and go there or there. What we're going to do, we're going to put our queue here for it. So here we go. There's our entrance, and then we're going to put an exit. So we're going to select it, place an exit, and then we're going to put a path then right there. Now, rides are pretty sedate, at least the ones that I've got here anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my ride, no problem. But what you can also do as well, right, is close it for maintenance. You can look at your operations, but you can also set, like I mentioned, how full you want that particular ride to be. You can look at the overview of it and everything. Or you can set a sequence. Now, the sequence, as great as it is, can be a bit of an issue, I reckon. Now, clicking on the sequence button over here, you can bring up different aspects. You can add additional animations. So, when the ride's open, you can't do anything. That's just the way it is. So you've got to set it to close, add animation, have it spinning quite fast in the middle, and then we'll spin normally. And then that's good stuff. You can reset all the animations to stock as well. And then when you're ready, you've got to test the ride to see what the ratings are going to be. So it's going to go through its test. And you can see these beautiful carousel horses with your test dummies on it. It'll go through a test option. When that test option's okay, then cool. Everyone will be okay. Now, some rides, you don't want it to be particularly fast, like the big wheel. You know, so things to consider. When we've got our test, we can then, I suppose, stop a test, start a test, and that leaves us open then to put more shops and facilities in. People love to eat, so some food shops might be worthwhile, and you've got a load of solutions you can pick from here. I've got the Ghostbusters pack as well, so I think, you know, the Ghostbusters one is really good. But I think we're going to put some Fairy Tale Village stores knocking around. Again, use Z, in and out. Place them nicely. We've also got, see, we've got that lovely building we've got there. We're going to have a gift shop as well. Everyone loves a gift shop. Again, we're going to hold Z. There you go. People are going to buy gifts. So all of a sudden, we've got some things going on. People are going to want a drink. No problem. We'll get a drink on the go. Fairy Tale Village drink store. Yeah, we'll have some of that. Move it around. Line it up. And I am remembered somewhat of the original theme park, which is good stuff. So if I stop the test, it still says it's untested. So, hey, we'll start that test again. Now, if we click on this, and then we go into park management, we're going to see people are like, they're not very happy because, you know, it's ride is really good value. The park entry's free. We're charging $6, but it's a bit boring, isn't it? We need more things for people to do. So, okay. What we're going to do, we're going to put another ride in. Let's look at the Forge. That's a fantastic ride, that is. And we're going to put that right here and take a little bit of stress off the roller coaster. Placing an entrance, we'll place it entrance right there, and we're going to place an exit, and we're going to put the exit right there. So they're going to come up here, they're going to go, ooh, a carousel, ooh, a big wheel, ooh, the Forge. So connect entrance to path. And if you get it wrong, click on paths and then line yourself up. I tend to start from the actual exit and work my way down. And then with the queue, again, how elaborate you want the queues to be. It's going to be popular, right? Select the ride. Bring that into service straight away. A little bit of glitter goes off, look, and that ride is in place. Could put something here as well. Shops and facilities. Hey, a sci-fi cosmic cow stand, a festive drink store, anything you particularly wanted as well. Put a corner store in here, a general store, anything to get people having a look and spending money. That's the way I look at it. That general store, get people in there spending the money. That's what I say. And there you go. Okay, so brilliant. We're going to have people walking in, walking around. Everyone's really happy about this. You haven't got a staff building. Staff need to take breaks. You've got to look after your staff. So we're going to go and click on staff management, and then we're going to look at some staff buildings. And you'll probably see these if you're fortunate to have gone to Disney and all the rest of it. But these are the places where you think, oh, that's a nice building. What's all that about? There's our staff building. Get these notifications there. No dramas. If we look around the back as well, we can see, well, there's some entrances and what have you there. We can connect all this up with paths as well. Somewhere for your staff to go. And for aesthetics, you could even just, you know, turn them around, hide them, put them behind bushes. Whatever you wanted to do. Okay, so that's really easy. First couple of minutes getting started with Planet Coaster. What have we got here? We've got a nice big ride. Look at that. It's getting quite popular, that is. We got the Ferris wheel, which is way, 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 way popular. And let's face it, God knows why. I think those things are boring. We've got some shops. We've got a toilet block, and we've got a staff facility as well. So we're on our way to making a pretty decent park. We can bring the carousel in now. We can see our excitement settings have gone up, and let's bring that into service. That ride's going to be open, and I think people are going to start to enjoy the park a little more now. Okay, that's it for video number 1. Hope you've learned a lot. I certainly have. I'll see you soon in the next video.